Dandelion. Something specific?
Well, there's gonna be a wedding. Alina, the village mayor's daughter, will marry Julian, a wealthy merchant from Kovir. Then there are the Vodianoi. Oh, Alina's taking care of Alvin.
Our Alvin?
Well, yes. Unless he has a twin.
Dandelion.
Yes. Oh, I just remembered. Triss said you should watch him since others are after him. Or something like that.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Now to the tavern to meet some charming lass who'll get my spirits up.
Not the only thing, I'm sure. He's also the sharper. I think we're slightly faster than we will catch him. Okay, it's faster to do it this way.
Play for me, the minstrel said, but the symbolist faced him in dread. Now a rhyme for dread. Any ideas?
Bonehead.
Hilarious. Now I need to think.
There's also dead.
Bonehead.
Hilarious.
You actually get remember the sex thing with Lady Lake? If you make the wrong choice, she dubs you Sir Bonehead and leaves it at that. If I actually head back to the village, I can trigger an event here. I know bits and pieces of this area. Well, I know this area pretty well, I like to think. I'm probably oh, actually, there's also side quests that I entirely missed before. Well, I started it, then I said, feck it, and moved on. Because I couldn't be bothered continuing it. That's creepy. And there's also one here I didn't want to do at all. Let's go talk to these.
Curious. A customer.
Why so surprised?
Rarely do any buy arms in murky waters. I'm no salesman like my father.
Your father.
My father told me to sell arms. But if no one buys... Oh, but better not to argue with father.
Maybe he wanted you busy.
Perhaps. I'm to sit quiet and sell to those who want to buy.
Ooh, Maracam Rune Dagger. That's cool. Increases in chance of incineration and blinding. Knockdown and damage. And red meteorite. Let me just look up these runes because I'm puzzled over them. Witcher rune. Rune swords. It's apparently not possible to collect rune swords in the enhanced edition, as the newly forged one replaces your old. And you can't forge a rune sword that appears as the Moonblade or the Ardenite models. Oh shit. And I wouldn't want to, in the enhanced edition, I wouldn't want to use any of the special silver swords because it wouldn't stack up to what I would get. Yeah, maybe I think I mightn't use those at all. Basically, there's this special silver sword coming up. I'm getting. I have to defeat a boss for it, but then I get a special silver sword. And you know, there's no point in upgrading this now and costing myself a ton of money if, you know, this sword's going to be better and whatnot. Plus, as a side point, I can't actually use these on my thing, on it, without apparently weakening it greatly. Because if, say, if I slap that on and this on, and say another and this on, well, the two art runes combined and this combines. So they, get 10% sensitivity to silver and say 50% knockdown and 20% damage. Let's just say that's how it works out. If I was to put that on the new sword could have 40% damage and 80% knockdown. I get reduced down to this. I lose the 80% knockdown and 50% damage or whatever. I don't want it. So we'll sell this. At least if I skim Reddit it right, that's what it's saying. And here's these Sevrog runestones, which are temporary upgrades. Still could be useful. I'll hold on to them.
Greetings.
Hello.
How can I help the gentleman?
Who might you be?
Master Handyman at your service. I handle repairs of all kinds, produce strange and non-standard objects, and am a capable creative blacksmith and carpenter.
You're rather versatile.
One has to survive, so I offer other services. Besides, I have an expensive hobby.
A hobby?
My kin and I yearn to build a flying machine. We built several already, but none worked. We had to cover the pilot's medical expenses.
I see.
Yes?
Now I'm just flashing back to Crusader Kings 2. You get an option of using the local's dog's body to try and pilot your flying craft. This is when you're trying to boost your intelligence or something. Like basically, if one of your leader's stats is too low, you give him the desire to raise it. And if he wants to raise his martial talent, he finds a teacher from the east that gets him to try and catch flies with chopsticks or something. I can't remember how the thing goes, but it's like a little montage, and that just boosts each time you get a montage. Your martial skill goes up by 1, and you try and build a flying machine, and your intelligence goes up by 1 for each step of the montage.
Berenger mentioned you know the legend of Raven.
I know nothing about the legend. I'm more interested in technology. That armor was a breakthrough in armor design, made possible by advances in metallurgy and smelting.
Very interesting. About the armor.
I can tell you about its qualities.
Good, but remember I know little about metallurgy or smithery.
3 elements remain of Raven's armor. A spalder, a rear brace, and a gauntlet. The highest quality iron ores and state-of-the-art technologies were used in its making, not some useless Temerian smelting pots. The gnomes surpass us technologically by an age. Beneath Mount Carbon, they have blast furnaces and quenching tanks, equipment beyond our reach.
Can you tell me about the armor?
As you wish. The technologies I mention allow for the production of steel both hard and flexible, essentially indestructible. As I said, only parts of the armor remain. To recreate the entire suit, you must find replacement material and someone to assemble the parts.
Any suggestions?
Search crypts where great knights were interred. I heard the counts of the Reuter dynasty wore similar armor. Pieces of that should be reforgeable.
It makes no sense for him to know only bits remain. Or I guess maybe that's part of the legend. But it makes no sense for him to be able to speak with certainty. Okay, here's Elena's house. I think the person I want to speak to is here. Actually, I want to speak to Elena.
Good morning.
Greetings. I'm Geralt the Witcher.
Dandelion once sang a love ballad about a witcher.
How heartwarming.
She's got a unique
Witches
bottle.
like knights, struggling against evil and villainy.
Though she doesn't have a unique dress. Doesn't the witch wear from the outskirts wear the same thing?
Dandelion, I'm sure, described my profession realistically.
The ballad was romantic. Lovers bound by destiny, unable to meet.
Romantic indeed.
I'm to marry soon. What brings you here?
You taking care of Alvin?
Yes. He has such beautiful, big eyes.
Uh-huh.
Sadly, my husband-to-be won't adopt Alvin.
Can I speak to Alvin?
Yes, he'll be in the village, or helping around the house.
Farewell.
Wait, I have a request. If you happen to pass by the inn, would you be kind enough to look in on my fiancé? And perhaps see if my sister Selena can be found anywhere.
Your fiancé's spending time at the inn?
We're not speaking, he's very irritated. We argued about Alvin.
Arguing already?
Julian wishes us to have our own children. He wants to send Alvin to the Temple of Melatella, or to be trained as a witcher. You'll find him at the tavern.
I see.
That's kind of surprising he wants Alvin trained as a witcher, considering.
What does he see in her?
Hi, Geralt. I have a new home. It's nicer than Vizima was. It's just that I missed you.
You like it here?
I do! Are we gonna kill monsters together?
Alvin, fighting monsters is very dangerous. Promise you'll avoid it whenever possible.
I promise. There are elves around here. One is really beautiful, but she argued with Mr. Tobias. Can we play Kill the Elf?
Boy, I really need to talk to you and Alina.
It's not Alina. All the kids play it. I'm always the Grand Master.
We'll talk later.
Kid.
Yes?
Stop playing Kill the Elf.
You should stop playing Kill the Elf.
I really like that game. I always win. Well, almost.
Alvin,
Okay, I'll stop. Yes?
how did you get to Murky Waters?
I was learning the Elder language with Triss. There was a terrible storm. Then Triss told me to hide under the bed.
Go on.
I heard heavy footsteps on the stairs. Then Triss got angry at those men, angrier than she was when I colored her dress with magic paint that is only seen in the dark.
I can imagine.
I heard cries and people falling down the stairs, and I smelt burnt meat. Then more men came through the windows on ropes. They got Triss and beat her, I think. And a man in glasses asked her where I was. She said she teleported me to a friend in Kovir, where the air is clean and there are many things to do.
What happened then?
The one in glasses said something about playing with her, and Triss said you would find him and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she kicked him between the legs and he started crying, and the others were afraid to get close to her because she started casting spells.
Yeah, Triss is good at taking care of herself. Don't worry about her.
Then someone ordered the room to be searched and they found me. I ran and they chased me, and I was running so fast. But then I tripped and they caught me. They put a sack on my head and led me somewhere. I was scared, more than in the outskirts. I shut my eyes and imagined I was far away from those people. Somewhere beautiful with the sun shining. And then Alina found me. I'm not lying.
I believe you.
I won't go back there. They'll hurt me. Trish should come here.
It's all right. Let's see.
I'll be good. I promise.
Be good. I'll see you later.
As you can see, Alvin is a very powerful source. You know, he can just teleport it himself.
Why do you seek me?
Has Alvin been behaving strangely?
He told some terrible stories. I thought him delirious.
What did he say?
Something about ghosts condemned to suffer eternally by unrequited love. It was so...
Romantic, I know. I'll find him.
Why do you seek me?
Farewell.
I want to comment, but I would be spoiling things. I want to comment, but basically, I'm gonna have to just say, like, there's stuff I wish I could comment on, but saying it would spoil things. So I'm just gonna have to simply leave observating that up to you.
Greetings, I'm Adam.
Geralt,
I strive to compose a love poem for my beloved Alina.
ask Dandelion the poet. Supposedly he's pretty good.
He said love would inspire us.
Fantastic.
He busies himself performing a diversionary maneuver.
A maneuver?
He's courting the miller's daughter to make Miss Arlene jealous. Clever, that one.
Like a fox. Can I ask you something?
Yes?
Dandelion and his divergatory maneuvers.
You're in love with Alina? You know she's getting married.
I love her secretly, so you must be discreet. And marriage is never an obstruction to true love.
Bye.
No, I must talk with him. Hey, get back here, you guy. Yes, I know you may have shot your pants, but talk to me.
Any elves around?
They camp nearby, but look like nothing from epic poetry. Ill and starving. Many have perished.
Are they peaceful?
Entirely. Mr. Tobias sought to help them, but the she-elf later refused human charity.
Typical elves. Farewell.
Mr. Tobias sounds pretty good. Dog! Ah, just won't have to go through the loading screen.
How's your poem?
Oh, your hands fine and slender, your hips big and tender, all night and all day, spin my head a painful way.
Enough. Speak no more.
Yes?
Well, at least it rhymes.
Bye.
Like, kind of, the rhyming qualities, at least in general, ends up making things at least nicer to hear.
Yes?
Be good. I'll see you later.
Okay, let's go over here.
What heat! May the sun set quickly. Though recently I've had terrible dreams of night wraiths.
Tell me your dreams.
Midnight demons emerge when the moon is high. I dream they carry me through the air, dance around me, then let me fall.
Where did these dreams come from?
One night, I saw night wraiths dancing in the fields. Even as I see this, I feel my flesh creep.
Tell me more.
I saw demons born of moonlight, wind, and the soil cooled after a day's heat. They hovered over the ground, raving. When one gazed at me, I ran as fast as my legs would carry me. I swore never to venture into the fields at night.
Thanks. I'll tend to the night wraiths.
Okay, we'll get to deal with them at some stage, I'm sure.
Unforgivable.
Let's go to Chief's hut. Here he is.
Greetings.
Hello.
What be your moniker?
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher.
Lucky to have two witches visit us. Ha ha! I, Tobias Hoffman, am the village chief.
Haha, yourself.
Beastie Beta, what brings you here?
That is fantastic.
I wanted to talk to you about the Vodyanoi.
Julian's in charge of that business.
Business?
He fishes treasures from the lake, renovates them, and sends them to markets in Basiba.
Yeah, I can see why the Vodyanoi wouldn't like that.
Any work for a witcher?
A creature looking like a fish with legs appears by the lake. They say the crypt in the fields is home to a beast. It has huge teeth, resembles a dead mother-in-law. Horrible, they say.
Any reward for these creatures?
Bring proof, and I'll be generous.
Tell me more.
About what?
The Vodnoid one they want isn't the nice one, it's a named one. There's a named one within the fields, I think, of nearby. If I go find that one, I'll get a nice reward. The other one, no. That other one's tied in with that quest. The finding the peace between humans and the Vodnoi. I can choose to kill that one and suit the human side, but I'm gonna seek the peace between the two. I'm not gonna go Berengar's way. So yeah, if I want to get that bounty, I have to go hunt the other one. Though saying that, I have to hunt the other one if I wanted that bounty in the first place. So yeah, either way, I have to kill a different Vodnoi priest. It's a named one. I think it may turn up at night by the statue, but I swear I found it in a field. By a river.
Any non-humans around here?
Elves live on the shore. Pretty disagreeable lot. I thought to give them leftover food. They looked at me so cold I nearly froze. They're a strange bunch. Still, I've enough to do here in the village without worrying about them.
I heard there's going to be a wedding.
Yes, my dear daughter Alina is marrying a gallant, hard-working, and honest fellow. You know the joy that finding a good lad for your daughter brings? No? thought not. Fighting is all your kind.